Jitters! How are you doing? I have not posted a read aloud in so long, and so much has changed since the last time that I did. Now, we know that there's all kinds of changes that I could get into, but I'm not going to. The one major change that I do want to tell you about is I have a new last name. I got married over the summer, and I am starting this school year as Mrs. Aylerson instead of Miss Warlick. So, with that being said, welcome to Miss Aylerson's Read Aloud. We're going to go ahead and get started. The book that I chose for today, get rid of this, is First Day Jitters, because it's August. Some of us are already back in school, and this is a book that I always like to read to my kiddos on the first day of school. So even though school is looking a little different this year, I still want to read this book to you guys. So let's get started. All right, we're going to take a look at our title page, First Day Jitters. Our author is over here, and our illustrator, remember the illustrator does the images, photographs, and our author is Julie Danberg, and it's illustrated by Judy Love. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss the first day of your new school, do you? How many of you are at a new school this year? I'm at a new school this year, and I'm super excited. I'm not going, said Sarah, and pulled the covers over her head. Of course you're going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell, as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. Shade would be like the blinds or the thing that they pulled down over the window to keep the sun out. So he went and let it up, and in is the sun is shining. So it's waking Sarah up. No, I'm not. I don't want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said. She tunneled down to the end of her bed. Look at Mr. Hartwell. How do you think he's feeling right now? Look at the expression on this character's face. He's kind of like, oh, looks a little stressed, maybe worried he's not going to get Sarah up on time. I don't know. How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before. Don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. Besides, just think of all the new friends you'll meet. That's just it. I don't know anybody. And it will be hard. And I just hate it. That's all. So it doesn't sound like Sarah has a very good attitude for the first day of school. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. Take a close look at the characters. There's no Sarah, so what is everyone doing? Looks like they're getting in a bit of a frenzy, right? The police are there to help search for her. She's gone. They don't know where she is. We need her. They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were at home in bed like me, Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell, I'm not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I'll see you downstairs in 5 minutes. There she is, hiding behind her pillow. He says, nope, no more. Get out of the bed. You have 5 minutes. Sarah tumbled out of bed. She stumbled into the bathroom. She fumbled into her clothes. I hear some rhyming words. Stumbled, tumbled, and fumbled. What ending do you think is on those three words? Think about it. My head hurts, she moaned as she trudging into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed Sarah a piece of toast and her lunchbox. They walked to the car. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. Sometimes if you're nervous, your hands get cold and clammy. So that's probably why the author tells us that's how her hands felt. They drove down the street. She couldn't breathe. There they go. So it sounds like she's getting more and more nervous to go to her new school. All right, I'm going to show you the picture first. This is the next page. And then they were there. I feel sick, said Sarah weakly. Nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal, Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down into her seat. Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on, I'll show you where to go. So the principal's excited. She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't worry, everyone is nervous the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up. I'll let you know a little secret. Even though I'm the teacher, I always get nervous on the first day of school. So if you're nervous, it's normal, okay? Don't worry. Let's keep reading. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. The class looked up as Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, attention please, said Mrs. Burton. When the class was quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like you to meet. Look at all the different expressions on the kids' faces. They're getting ready to meet your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell. Sarah was the teacher. What a funny, silly ending. The best word I like to use for the ending of this story is unexpected. I did not think that Sarah Jane Hartwell was going to be the teacher. I thought this whole time she was a student. Raise your hand if you thought that too. Yeah, I think we all did. Anyways, I hope you all, wherever you are, have a great first day, first week of school. I know it's different. I know it's kind of crazy, and we all are just doing the best we can. So hang in there, keep reading, and stay tuned for more Read Alouds this year. Bye, readers.